Hey, welcome back. Thanks again for joining us on Sweet Bailey YouTube. And I hope you all having a wonderful day. Hope you all doing good. And I guess you can tell that we're in the garage if we start the video like we just did. I'm enjoying my freshly organized space here. We have almost nothing in front of the mower, and we have all of our tools hanging up on the wall, most of them like they should be. We have some more grass seed to plant. I've got the backyard looking pretty good. I'm starting to not be able to tell where I have planted grass, which is awesome. We have a couple new Fiskars tools. We're just gonna set that over here for now. We do not need them right now. We actually have nothing to prune with those. They're just a tool for the job. So let's say you own and run a landscaping business. What is a good way to deal with your finances, budget, the money that the business makes? I would say buying tools that will make the business more money, that makes the business more versatile, so you can do more types of jobs. So that's what I do every chance I get, is I buy new tools that can help the business make more money. I do want to get a bedding fork and one of those big plastic leaf rakes, but I have yet to find a good one. But today we are focusing on this product right here. And let's see if we can get it out of this bag. We have to rip this bag open. It is a Fiskars. Okay, let me just stop the video here because I just hit the stop button with my palm of my hand trying to open this bag while holding my phone. So just one moment. Alright, we got the bag open. So let's pull this out of here. There we go. So this is a very simple tool. It is the Fiskars Tiller. And it just has some tines on the bottom, which you can see here, and a place to put your foot and step on it. And it's one of them deals that you push into the ground and twist to loosen the soil. So let's test it out over here, and let's talk a little bit about planting grass. So there's multiple ways you can plant grass. You can get sand, fill low spots, and then cultivate the seed into the sand, such as I did over there, and that is looking beautiful. But it is only about 50% with the thickness of how much grass needs to be there. So I'm going to end up cultivating it a bit more, putting some more grass seed in there, because all that stuff is growing and looking snazzy. But we need to get the other 50% of the thickness filled in there, so it'll be a nice, thick, lush lawn. And I patched a couple parts in the yard. I planted some grass over here last year. I planted some grass right here last year. There used to be a plum tree right there in that brown spot, and I had cut that down and gotten rid of it. So let's loosen up this soil. We're not going to be super crazy. Actually, before I pound this into the ground, I just did realize that I did not take these little rubber deals off of there. It is not a big deal. They're just little little things that kind of protect the bottom of these tines, I suppose. They're just little rubber deals. So yeah, now that I've got those off of there, I can use this. I was maybe a little bit too eager. So let's put that in there. Just step on it, give it a twist, and we don't have to go super crazy. We just need to get the big areas, which is most of it. Some of the clumps, I'm going to leave those because that will help fill it in. I'm only getting it about halfway down, and half of the tines are longer than the other half. There's these two center ones that are shorter, and it's a bit more to get those in there. And it's probably good to kind of loosen it up a little bit before you go too hog wild with it. I actually did plant some grass here, but it didn't grow because I didn't cultivate it, and that will happen. So this seems to be a good tool. It's just a very simple hand tool. I suppose this will be the review on it. The Fiskars Hand Tiller. So I'm kind of just going in between the clumps, loosening it up moderately, nothing too crazy, because we want to leave the existing grass there. We don't want to disturb it too much, because we want all the grass we can get. And there's other multiple areas in the front yard that I'm going to do this, and we're gonna do the whole area. And there actually is a stump right here in the center of this area, probably I'd say about 2 inches under the soil. So we do have to keep that in mind. Let's just do one over here. And I did water this morning, so it's a bit moist and a little softer than it typically would be. A little bit right here. And then after I kind of generally loosen up most of this, I can come back with the Yard Butler hand cultivator and cultivate this up nicely. Spread some seed, which we will do in just a moment. And within hopefully about a week, we should have grass growing right here. Yeah. So right now we're just kind of generally loosening up this area moderately. It's not absolutely perfect, but we just want it to be a little better, a little bit more looser than it was. Softened up. We're not doing the entire area, so we're working between most of the grass here. Let's get one in here. we can put the Yard Butler hand cultivator to use as well. There we go. Let's get a good one right here on this side. There we go. So the first step is to loosen up the soil with a hand tiller like this, or you can use a rototiller. But this is a smaller area. My rototiller is quite large. It's an 18-inch walk behind Craftsman, so it is too big to do this area. So I'm just going to do it this way this time, because this is a more practical tool for the job. And yes, I know I have missed some spots on purpose, and there are some weeds in here I'm going to have to pull out as well with the grandpa's weeder. And that's why I buy all these tools, so then I have them to do my own jobs, and I also have them to do jobs on my customers' properties. I think I'm going to begin filming, doing my landscaping work on my customers' properties. So we have gotten this area loosened up, all the major dirt areas. We have left some grass kind of in the middle and that weird little shape there. So now let's grab the Yard Butler hand cultivator, and we're gonna go to phase 2. And I'm just loving this. Like, look at this. I'm just loving it. All my tools are out of the way, organized. They all have homes, and it's just wonderful. So I'm just basking in the glory of having that stuff be so grand. It's kind of hard to. I need to twist this handle and pull it. So I did notice the other day when I was using this that when I pulled the handle all the way up and tried to tighten it, it didn't really grab. There was some dirt on the shaft there, and it did not really grab very well. And if you do have this product or using a similar product to this, pretty much every time you use it, you need to tighten down these knobs, or else these will get loose and they may fall off. So now we have loosened up the soil with the new Fiskars Hand Tiller. Now we can use the Yard Butler hand cultivator to break it up a bit more and get it prepped for seeding. And it doesn't have to be crazy fine, just kind of generally break it up, get some aeration going on in the soil, so it's not so hard packed and hard to penetrate. And then let's talk about the seed I'm using. I'm using multiple kinds of seed. High traffic mix, landscapers mix, and some kind of quality, just regular general like bare spot mix to patch areas of your yard. Most of it is perennial ryegrass. Some of it is annual ryegrass. There's some Kentucky bluegrass, as well as a few different kinds of fescue. So we have multiple kinds of grass we have been planting, and I'm doing that on purpose so that the grass will survive every year, year-round. Some of it will die annually and replant itself. Some of it will exist always, forever. Some is more finer and delicate than others. Some of it is more hardcore, more aggressive, and stuff like that. So now that we have cultivated this fairly decent, we can apply some grass seed. And if you've seen my other video with this review of the Yard Butler hand cultivator, I did the plowing of the field per se a bit differently because I used the rototiller instead of the hand tiller. So this episode will be multiple, it'll have multiple different kinds of content. It will be the product review for the Fiskars Hand Tiller, as well as it'll show you another way to plant grass. So I'm gonna stop the video here and get my grass seed all prepped, ready to go to spread, and then we shall continue. Alright, we're back here, and one thing that I like to do is, since I'm using multiple bags and multiple different kinds of seed, is I like to use an old coffee can and put some seed into it out of each bag so that we can mix it up evenly. We just need a little bit from each bag, I believe. So then we'll just pour some of each into the coffee can, like so. And then we can mix it up so that it is thoroughly mixed evenly. And as you see, here's my different kinds of seeds. We have the premium high traffic, we have the classic sun and shade, and the premium landscapers mix. And we have quite the variety. So these are the kinds of grass I'm planting. We got some tall fescue, Kentucky bluegrass, creeping red fescue. Some of these have a little bit of crop seed, a little bit of inert matter, and a little bit of weeds. This one will have weeds, and this one has about 50% water saver seed coating. And then on this one, let's check this real quick. And this one is, let's get some sunlight here so we can see better. We got perennial ryegrass, creeping red fescue, Kentucky bluegrass, and chewings fescue. A little bit of inert, a little bit of crop, and a little bit of weeds. So that is one of the issues with some of these seeds, is some of it does have weeds in it. So now this one, we have the annual ryegrass, more creeping red fescue, more perennial ryegrass, more perennial ryegrass, and it has 20% water saver seed coating, no crop seed, a little bit of inert, and no weeds. So that is the stuff we will be planting today. So let's mix this up a little bit. I can put the lid on there and shake it up to mix it better. And then over here we have some of the grass that we have previously planted, and we got the bare spot mix, the classic grass seed, same as we have there. We have the turf builder, high traffic, and the quick lawn mixture. So this one is some of the perennial Italian ryegrass, Kentucky bluegrass, creeping red fescue, some chewings fescue, a little bit of crop, a little bit of inert, a little bit of weeds, and some water saving. And then more perennial ryegrass, more red fescue, more Kentucky bluegrass, chewings fescue, and a little bit of inert, a little bit of crop, and a little bit of weeds. And then this one here, we have perennial ryegrass, more perennial ryegrass, some more Kentucky bluegrass, more Kentucky bluegrass, two different kinds of Kentucky bluegrass in this one. The smart water fertilizing coating, inert, crop seed, and only 0.01% weeds in this one. And then the last one here we have the annual ryegrass, perennial ryegrass, a little bit of crop, a little bit of inert, and a little bit of weeds. So that is all the different kinds of grass that we have been planting and will be planting. Let me see if I can find the lid to this real quick. Okay, I found another coffee can there, so we'll just use the lid off of that. So I like to mix up my seed thoroughly, and then pour it into the hand spreader. And since we're doing a smaller area, we'll be using the hand spreader. What I do like about the coffee can technique is it's about the same capacity as the hand spreader, so it works out perfectly. So let me see if I can prop the phone up. We'll probably use this. Alright, we got our setup. My general setup is usually some sort of a table or chair with a 4x4. So I do not yet have GoPros. I am planning on getting some, so then I can have a tripod and multiple ways to mount my camera. Alright, so we used most of the seed there. This thing is old and it's kind of broken. The turn handle for the thing there kind of seizes up from time to time, so it's kind of hard to use, but it still does work, sort of. So let's cultivate that a little more, and then all we have to do is water it and wait. So the good thing about cultivating it and is it kind of mixes the seed into the soil. It kind of gets the seed below the dirt or sand or whichever area you're planting. Sand works really good for this because it's finer and it's pretty much always loose depending on the depth of the sand. And dirt does work, but it's a bit more work because it's more clumpy and yeah. So we'll just kind of mix that up in there, and it doesn't have to be perfectly level now because we do have a level lawn, so later on we can get some more sand and then we can level on it once it's all growing. And this thing kind of flings the dirt around, so you have to be a little bit careful. And then we need to finish talking about the Fiskars Hand Tiller, because this will be the review video for that. So I believe this will be cultivated plenty. We have not disturbed all of the existing grass too much. And so let me see if I can remember. The Fiskars Hand Tiller, I just bought this at the local hardware store for, I believe, $35, $34.99. It is the Fiskars brand. I really like the Fiskars brand because pretty much every item has a lifetime warranty. And some of the products have more plastic than I believe they should. And they tend to break. But this product is made almost entirely out of metal, and it's a hand tool, so I believe I will have no problems with that. So it's $35-ish, and you just step on it, twist it, like all those hand tillers that you see out there, but it's got a lifetime warranty. There's really not much more to explain about it. It does have a rubber handle there, so it's a little bit less rough on your hands. Let's see what it has here. It says, great for breaking up hard soil, compacted soil. Arrow-tipped tines easily pierce and shatter soil. Big step for maximum penetrating power. Strong welded steel construction for durability. Padded T-grip for comfort and leverage. So yeah, and it has a full lifetime warranty. And yeah, so this is the Fiskars Hand Tiller. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then consider smashing the like button, consider subscribing to the channel, consider sharing the video with a friend or family member you think may like the video. Consider leaving a comment or question down below, and I will respond accordingly. Unless it's just pure hate, then I will not respond, because I do not encourage spreading of hate. And most of the time when people hate on someone else, they just want a response out of them. So the best choice is to ignore haters. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this video or this kind of video, or me, my voice, or anything I do, be sure to check out my other videos. I'm still a pretty small YouTube channel. We have 130 subscribers currently and growing. I do a lot of landscaping. I started a motivational speaking series. I do some gaming. I do volunteering. I'm going to start doing more landscaping at my customers' jobs. And we also do random projects around the house. One of my next big projects is I'm going to build some shutters for the windows. They're not for show. They're for use, for practicality. So you can cover the windows in the summertime. It'll keep the hot air out of the house, and it'll keep the cool air in the house. And also, one thing I'm very pleased with is yesterday I have fixed my gate. I had some rope holding it closed, and if you look here, there's some wire, and look at how easily I can open this gate. One finger, very, very lightly. And I have just installed the general latch system for gates. And it does have this deal here that sticks out just a little bit, but it's not bad. It is permanently fixed to the post there. And let me show you on the outside, and then I'll show you on the inside and conclude the video. So look at how easily this works. I push it with one finger, and it automatically closes itself and latches. So that is amazing. And let's look at it from the other side. Slow-mo. Boom. Yeah. So if you like, give it a thumbs up. And have a wonderful day. Later. Peace.